There's a part in the trailer where Logan jumps down and then he does the claws up through the face. That one I thought maybe was going to be taking it too far, but I am so glad that
is not.
It looks fantastic.
It's not even far enough. I think we should go way more extreme. I'm trying to see some decapitations. I'm trying to see torsos being ripped in half. I'm trying to see eyeballs getting plucked. Alright, so Insomniac Games has finally released a trailer for the Wolverine game. I know that some of this stuff leaked already, like there was some gameplay that was leaked, but obviously that was clearly unfinished gameplay. And I'm pretty sure like a lot of people were concerned about watching unfinished gameplay because they watched it and then they were like, oh no, oh this doesn't look good, oh this looks like it's gonna be mid or whatever. And I'm like, let them cook. Like, I'm just like, why would you judge gameplay off of unfinished gameplay, especially if you haven't seen the unfinished product, you know? So it's about time that they finally released it, so I guess we're taking a look. This came out 4 days ago. Yes, I'm late, I know, but you know, it doesn't matter. You know, as long as I see it, it's all good. Damn. I was getting choked out.
Been fighting longer than I can remember.
Okay. Okay.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. The trouble just has a way of finding me.
Oh!
But I'd be lying. Doesn't matter where I go.
Yo. Damn!
Death's always waiting. Just not for me.
Yeah, got the regeneration, obviously. It's Wolverine. Yo, this looks crazy. Oh, Mystique. Okay, cool.
'Cause I ain't no hero. I'm Wolverine.
Yo. Is that a Sentinel? Oh, damn. Okay, yeah. You see, this is what I kind of thought it would look like just based off of the Spider-Man games. Because we saw the leaks and then it looked unfinished and I was like, there's no way they release Spider-Man with how graphically good that looks. And then this is gonna look mid. It doesn't make sense if it's Insomniac, you know? But this looks good. Looks good. I think that was another thing that they released as well, talking about Wolverine, the game.
The question that comes up a lot to us at Insomniac Games is, are you going to make a Wolverine game that is as violent, as visceral as the character in the comics?
Damn, okay. Great place to pause it. I was kind of worried because, you know, obviously Insomniac, they do the Ratchet and Clank games and the Spider-Man games. So I didn't know if they had what it took to make an actual violent game. But based off of what I'm seeing, it looks like they can do it. I think a lot of the enemies are probably going to be like half robot though. So, or probably a lot of robot enemies, you know, which is a way that a lot of games get past the violent, you know, the violent look. But like this enemy, this looks like a human. So, I mean, if you're stabbing humans in the head, you know, full claws through the skull, then, you know, they got it. It's good.
Working with Wolverine is interesting because part of the root to who he is that he's an unreliable narrator. He has gaps in his memory. So Wolverine doesn't really remember a lot of his life, and that's got to be an extremely frustrating aspect.
He's this ball of rage and fury, but then he could...
I mean, it makes sense if you're living for hundreds of years. There's going to be stuff you're going to forget, so, yeah.
turn on a dime, and he could be very, very kind and tender in the next moment.
When we're casting for someone like Logan, what we're looking for in character traits are someone who can convey a lot with very little being spoken.
When you have that first moment that we show in gameplay, there's so much emotion that you can feel behind his eyes. He looks relentless, he looks gritty, he looks angry, but also he looks maybe a little sad.
That level of acting and being able to just deliver that performance with believability across both spectrums was something Insomniac, ourselves, we all agreed he's the one. We don't need to see anybody else.
Hey, I'm Liam McIntyre, and I play James Logan Howlett in Marvel's Wolverine. That's not bad. That one sort of works. Fans out there
it kind of sounds a little bit like Hugh Jackman.
My job is to try and find...
Which you should not compare, because this could be its own good Wolverine. We do not have to compare him to Hugh Jackman just because he's been Wolverine for a while. This looks like it'll be a cool Wolverine, especially if they understand the character. So.
And the essence of who Wolverine is, especially as he applies to our story, people hurt him, people take from him, people betray him. He still fights for people who can't fight for themselves. It's one of the greatest honors of my life, one of the biggest responsibilities I've ever had, and one of the coolest things I've ever got to do.
Damn.
The entire game is built around staying true to the Wolverine experience.
And then how do we want to put our Insomniac stamp on that? How do we want to put our own spin and creativity, but still give something new and fresh the fans are going to be excited about?
It's the full package. It is a level of detail that we've never been able to do before.
You could see it in the trailer. You can see pores. You can see blood in between the little lines of his teeth. I love the attention to detail.
It's exciting that we're going to be able to bring that kind of fidelity to players.
Wolverine is a character who goes to many places through the comics.
You'll see the Canadian wilderness, you'll see Japan.
There's a shot where Logan is sliding down that rooftop and you can see the breadth of Madripoor and Lowtown.
It's always nice teasing the depth and the amount of characters that we'll be seeing in the game. Omega Red makes an appearance, Mystique is there, and there are some hints to other characters that fans of Wolverine will recognize for sure.
Another visual element of Marvel's Wolverine is the...
I feel like with Mystique, there's going to be a lot of like, if we do get to play as Mystique, I feel like Mystique is probably going to be some infiltration type missions, maybe like almost like Hitman, but not obviously not the same. But I feel like it's going to be a lot of like disguising, maybe even finding the right person to disguise as or whatever to get past security systems. I don't know. Something like that. I feel like she'll be fun though. I mean, probably way better than Mary Jane in the Spider-Man games because, but I'm sure it'll be cool. You know, I'm sure the gameplay would be cool.
blood. The blood tech that was put into this game is pretty phenomenal.
There's a part in the trailer where Logan jumps down and then he does the claws up through the face. That one I thought maybe was going to be taking it too far, but I am so glad that
is not.
It looks fantastic.
It's not even far enough.
Wolverine's
I think we should go
making that
way more
special,
extreme.
making that feel like him, making it feel different to anything else you've played. That's a tough job. What's so cool for me is
I'm trying to see some decapitations. I'm trying to see torsos being ripped in half. I'm trying to see eyeballs getting plucked. Okay, let me stop.
there's this one section of the game I got to try. It was just visceral and immediate and so incredibly satisfying, and I was like, this is gonna be amazing.
We're pretty excited about the artwork that we're using on the cover. It's dynamic, it's rough-edged.
You notice it doesn't
cool that they
look
went
like
with the yellow and
past
black
games.
suit, though.
It has a sense of urgency and forward movement and rage and fury, and that's Wolverine.
One of the cool things about Insomniac is they are probably the most collaborative group of people I have ever worked with. They make you feel part of their team. That's not something you always get.
We've been in a creative collaboration with Insomniac Games and PlayStation for over a decade now. We've made some of the greatest superhero games of all time, and that was always the goal, making games that are timeless.
I think fans are going to be excited, but I'm also really excited about it because I'm really proud of what we made. We're focused on making the best Wolverine game ever.
On behalf of everyone at Insomniac Games and the Wolverine team especially, we want to thank you for taking time to watch our trailer. We can't wait to show you more in spring of 2026.
2026, that's so far though. But I am looking forward to it. To this day, I still play Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man game. You know, obviously that got remastered, so I play the remastered version now. So that is one of my all-time favorites. Miles Morales, banger, you know. They just upped the gameplay from the first one in that one, especially the air tricks, the swinging, the electric and camouflage powers, the venom. Amazing. Spider-Man 2, I think they definitely upped some stuff, like the graphics, the web wings, traversal, the combat, you know, all that stuff. The only problem I have with the Spider-Man 2 game is that, one, the story feels a bit rushed, especially in the second half, and post-game, it's not really much to do, you know. Obviously you have the Mysterio stuff, but I remember the first Spider-Man, there was like so many bases. There was the Kingpin bases, you know, the Sable bases, and the crimes had a bit more, I don't know, they just felt better to do. The crimes in the second game, the Spider-Man 2, I mean, after post game, half of it is just symbiotes. Well, that's just for me when I played it. The crimes were just symbiotes, and fighting symbiotes in that game, they're very like tanky. So it kind of slows down the momentum, unless you use your gadgets. But like, so what I'm hoping for in this game is, obviously this, I'm assuming it's not gonna be a free roam type game. Based on what I'm seeing, I feel like it's going to be more like sandboxy. So maybe like some element of being able to walk around like a large area, but a lot of it is going to be a bit more linear compared to the Spider-Man games, which, you know, is good because the X-Men Origins Wolverine game, that's how that was. Actually, no, I think that was way more linear. I don't even think that was like all that sandboxy. I think it was just more like get from point A to point B. So I think this one will be more open than that. But I'm just hoping that there's good post-game stuff. I'm hoping that there's good, I don't know, like challenges, maybe like an arena mode where you just survival mode, something just to, you know, just so that it doesn't feel like after you finish the story, you're just done with the game. I'm not going to hold my breath on DLC, but if they do that, then, you know, that would be nice too. But I am really hoping this is good, especially since because we lost the, we didn't get that Spider-Man Online game, which I think that would have been a good idea. I'm disappointed that they cancelled it, because could you imagine swinging with your friends through the city, just like doing crimes, doing challenges? You could even race each other from point A to point B, like making it feel like a true Spider-Man co-op game. You have a universe where 2 Spider-Man at the same time, you know, Miles and Peter, potentially 3, because apparently Silk is pulling up, maybe. And you had all that stuff where you collect the spider gadgets in the Spider-Man 2 game, and you kind of tease like a multiverse. So it would have been good if they did that. And if they do that in the future, you know, because, you know, if they bring it back, who knows, they might surprise us. But if it's cancelled, I feel like there's probably not a high chance it's coming back. But I don't know. I'm just talking. But, you know, and I think there was a Venom game that they were going to make, but I don't know. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you guys think, what you guys are looking forward to in this game, or what you guys think they should add in this game, you know, because I am curious as to other people's opinions. I will definitely be playing this when it comes out, just because I am a big fan of Wolverine. You know, I love Wolverine stuff, just the gritty, kind of violent, you know, hero with morals, but at the same time they're not afraid to just stick a claw in your skull, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna play this.